Hey there everyone. So this is my end of season Pokemon Unite video. Most seasons I do decide to do one of these just to talk about my thoughts on the season, show off how far I made it, and also claim some last rewards because as you see here, I don't claim rewards throughout the season, so this is sort of a video that gets me to remember to actually do that for once. So yeah, no, I made top 5,000 this season. I was a little worried with the new Groudon map. I wasn't sure how well I would do since, Rayquaza has been there for so long and you just sort of get used to it. But so far, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm excited for next season. The meta this season has been a little shaky, I would say. Definitely bulkier. I do wonder what characters are my most picked and stuff like that. Just because I really don't know that off the top of my head. I just sort of pick with what I feel like here, but yeah, no, I'm pretty happy. I enjoyed the season. Like I said, outside of the meta slightly, it could have been maybe a bit of a better one, but I hit top 5,000 in it. I'm pretty happy. I think I did decently well here. Wasn't my best season ever, but I would say it's definitely like a top 3, top 5, something like that. In terms of like ending placement and stuff like that. One thing I was happy about was I made 1,600 like way earlier than I normally do. Normally it takes me like a little bit to get there, but I actually hit it like halfway into the season here. So I'm pretty happy. Normally, like I said, Master 1,600 takes me like maybe until like a week, maybe 2 weeks left, of the season. But this time I actually made it at about halfway, so I was really happy with that. Yeah, I am curious here. Let's see, let's filter through rank matches current season. There you go. Yeah, 55.2% win rate. Did this whole season solo, as you know. Team games here in ranked. I normally don't play with others when I do ranked. I like solo queuing, which I don't know, maybe it's a little insane to do a solo queue in this game, but like I said, I personally like solo queue a little more. Yeah, no, I think this season, I'm looking at some of these games and I'm like, yes, it could have been better. That was a real bad match, man. Looking at that one, I'm like, oh wow, yeah, that was one I remember. That was another one I remember. There's definitely some bad matches in this season. Yeah, I remember that one as well. Yeah, I went on a bit of a losing streak at the end here. I mean, as you can see, there's this whole batch of stuff here was a losing streak. Yeah. But I was able to win it back at least in the end. Would have been higher. I wanted ideally 1,700 this season, but like I said, losing streaks happen, and sometimes you just have weak games. Here's another one, But then you also look at all like the really, ooh, yeah, wow, that was a streak there. That was a losing streak. Yeah, that was a series of not great games. Whether it's by me or just unwinnable games, I am not sure. I can only see my stats here, but I think all those were just really bad matches. Again, like I said, you see the highs and lows here of ranked, Or sometimes you get really, really good matches and you do well, and other times you don't get the good match, or you really don't play that well, and, it's sort of, like I said, like a 50-50 of both. Sometimes it happens, you get good matches, other times, it's unfortunate, and that's the whole winning, losing streak stuff there. As you can see, supports, if you don't know, I'm primarily a support player, so lots of supports here. Eldegoss, it was a bit of a weaker season for my Eldegoss, definitely. Latias I'm actually really excited for. Same with Eldegoss, but they're getting buffs next patch, and I'm pretty excited for that, because I've actually been liking Latias a lot more than Latias. Latias is still up there. Crustal's one I want to mention. I've enjoyed Crustal. Crustal has been like my flavor of the season, because I really don't play like that much Crustal. I mean, it's probably like top 15, top 20 played, because I got it for free when it came out, like when the game first came out. So you sort of just got Crustle, you know? But Crustle was just one that I was really like, yeah, no, I enjoyed Crustle this season. I think Crustle's pretty fun. Empoleon. I don't think I'm great on Empoleon personally, but I mean, as you can see here, obviously pretty high win rate still, even though I don't feel that good on it, you know. Sylveon. Yes, Sylveon. I had a really nice win rate on Sylveon. Now also some of these, like Gengar for example, aren't ranked. You know, I do casual and quick battles throughout the time of playing the game, so that's why you'll see things like Gengar. I think Buzzwole's another one that's going to be up here a lot because I was seeing a lot of Buzzwole, Gardevoir. Yeah, there's Buzzwole. Like I said, I do casual and quick, and normally I do those in teams and stuff like that because, you know, other people want to play sometimes, so it's like, yeah, sure, you know. But I don't really do teams in ranked. I really, not one of my favorites, Dragapult, 100% win rate in casuals, you know. Like, you could just look at some of these and be like, yeah, no, I have some good games, you know. I have others that didn't go as well, but still, I enjoyed the season. It had its up and downs, just like every other season. I thought it was fun. I like the Grotto map. I'm excited for next season. Lots of support buffs, and as a support player, it's pretty exciting. I do like my support buffs, you know, so yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you, and goodbye.